Hello and welcome to They Think It's All Over, and back for a second successive show on David's side after last week's victorious appearance. A stand-up comedian who obviously didn't read the small print in her contract where it clearly says, winner stays on. Jo Brand. As David's other guest, we're proud to have with us a tennis player who's the BBC Sports Personality of the Year, at least until this year's contest takes place next week. So later, Gary will be filling him in on what it's like to be replaced by Michael Owen. Greg Rusedski. With Gary and Rory is a comedian who, as one half of McCoist and McAulay, is used to sitting next to a great goal scorer turned quick-witted TV funny man. So tonight's a brand new experience for him. Fred McAulay. Now, before we start the first round, some serious news. You may have noticed in recent weeks Gary's desperate attempts to toady up to his former employers and get his old job back by constantly referring to a particular brand of crisp. Unfortunately for him, rival firm Golden Wonder have complained to the BBC. So henceforth, on the orders of the BBC bosses, any reference to this particular brand of savoury potato snack will be treated like a swear word and bleeped. Just to get that clear.
Hang on a minute. So you can say Golden Wonder, but I can't say
Because if I say Golden Wonder, people think I'm referring to you, Gary, my love. Or if I say wanker. We start the show with our excuses round. David, Joe and Greg, cast your mind back to the World Cup. That's a popular soccer tournament, Greg. And the glorious occasion when Germany played Croatia.
Now Yanni. Good effort. It's there. Croatia have scored. It's Yanni. Schuker coming in far side. Vlahovic goes for goal. Oh, it's there. Croatia have scored again. Oh, and there's a chance for the third goal. It's gone in. And it's Schuker.
So, just for once, it was safe to write off the Germans, but naturally it wasn't their fault they got stuffed. So who did the Germans blame for not winning the World Cup? David's team.
Anyone but themselves, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's because they're blokes.
But it's who they blamed. Who they blamed. I'm sorry, is it panto season? So the price is right, you know. Take him out, please.
Can I...
Sorry, mate, you pay your licence fee. Do you?
Did they blame it on their faith healer, Eileen von Drury?
It was Lothar Matthaus who came up with the excuse, one of the players. It was his particular version of events.
Lothar?
Matthaus, or Matthaus.
Matthaus.
Whichever you prefer.
Matthaus.
Because
that's the correct pronunciation.
Did we get to chip in?
No, you can have handed across when they get it wrong.
All right, OK.
Did they open up a second game against the Russians and come up against a long, hard winter?
Oh, memories of your teens, David. Perhaps you better chip in, actually.
I don't even get a chance.
Sorry, Greg, please.
Maybe they're gambling on England losing on penalty kicks. You never know that.
That's why you don't get a chance, you see.
Well, you know, I'm trying it.
You're trying very hard. Classic British tennis player. Come on.
And I think it's something to do with the political situation, because weren't Germany the first country to support Croatian independence? So I think it's tied in with that somehow. But I don't know how, because I'm a girlie and I've said something political, now I'm going to explode.
And magnificently, you're absolutely correct for 3 points. Yes, we did try. We did try to get German captain Lothar Matthaus to give us an answer, but mysteriously he wasn't in the mood to cooperate. So instead, here's a typical German fan to relay the official reason.
Matthaus danach war Hans-Dietrich Genscher schuldig, weil es seine Ahnung war, die Unabhängigkeit von Kroatien zu erkennen. Und wenn das nicht gemacht hätte, dann würden sie jetzt nicht existieren. Und dann würden wir das Viertelfinale nicht spielen müssen. Can I take this monocle out now, please?
Yes, according to Captain Lothar Matthaus, Germany only lost because their foreign minister, Hans-Dietrich Genscher, had recognised Croatia as an independent country in 1991. And so, inevitably, as night follows day, 7 years later, Croatia tanked Germany. There's now a glut of new names in Eastern Europe. In recent months, Scotland have embarrassingly failed to defeat Estonia, Slovenia, Slovakia, and In recent months, Scotland have embarrassingly failed to defeat Estonia, Slovenia, Slovakia and Herzegovina.
Nick?
Yeah.
Do we get a chance to chip in?
Yes. In recent months, Scotland have embarrassingly failed to defeat Estonia, Slovenia, Slovakia and Herzegovina. It wasn't worth it, was it? Wonderbra. It's sort of a joke. Gary, Rory and Fred, for you it's the don't go to the loo or you'll miss the exciting bit action that is solo round-the-world yachting. Here are just some of the highlights from the last 3 months of the current race, which is going on even as we speak, featuring our very own Mike Golding. But a few days ago, Mike lost several vital hours and finished the current stage in a much slower time than he'd expected. So what was his excuse, Gary's team?
Did he run out of crisps?
It's so sad. It's like your last few international appearances, Gary. You're still trying to do the same things, but they just don't work, do they?
He's not the guy that blew all his money on a hooker.
Rory?
I didn't recognise him.
No.
What's the crowd trouble?
Whereabouts are you from in England?
Chelsea.
Do they have Canadian cockneys? I mean,
No, they don't.
do you eat jellied seals and a plate of elks?
Well, that's probably why I moved over here.
Yeah, to lose your accent.
Can't you tell it's improving? I say.
Was it that the Croatians came down early and put their ball in the net first? Oh, sorry.
Give us a clue, Nick.
Had he caught crabs?
No, but it's something to do with the natural world.
Oh, something to do with birds?
Yes.
He blew all his money on a hooker.
Is it? No.
Had a bird interfered with his navigational system?
Yeah, but now I've given you the clue that it was to do with birds. I need to know what sort of bird and how.
A big bird?
Seagull.
So, what, give us the
Seagull. Oh, what a lateral thinker you are. You, any ideas over here at all?
a booby.
Fish?
No, that's not a bird, that's a fish. And not only is it a fish, it gives you a clue in its name. It says flying fish! Wait till it! It says fish! If it was a bird, it's a flying water bird! This is a sea Well, we
Was
managed...
it a swimming bird?
No. We managed to contact Mike Golding by satellite phone on his yacht, so here he is to tell the story.
I had a few problems on leg one when I came down below to discover that a load of finches had inhabited the boat. I looked at the chart and there were a load of new islands because the finches had done what finches do all over the South Atlantic and had a bit of a clean-up job before I could find my way to Cape Town.
Yes, wouldn't you just know it? He couldn't tell where he was going because a flock of finches flew into his cabin and crapped all over the maps. The good news is Mike did go on to win the stage, although he'll be mightily pissed off when he finds out there was a false start. And if you don't want to know the final result of this year's race, look away for the next 4 months. And at the end of that round, Gary's team have no points and David's team have 3. Next up is Sporting Bluff, where each team is told 3 supposed facts. They must decide who's telling the truth and who's about as convincing as Greg Rusedski's Cockney accent. David's team, your subject involves the best of British.
Christie comes storming through. It's Linford Christie.
Game and Hemman.
Darling's there, he's got it.
So that's former world number 1 Linford Christie, current British number 1 Tim Henman, and public enemy number 1 Will Carling. So Gary's team, what can you tell us about these boys?
The latest edition of the New Oxford Dictionary includes the word lunchbox in honour of Linford Christie.
The latest edition of the New Oxford Dictionary includes the word henmania in honour of Tim Henman.
God, that one you really can believe.
Rosette's mania. No, it doesn't work, does it?
Well, they have it in the Canadian dictionary.
The Canadians have dictionaries. How charming.
They've actually got in the Scottish dictionary the word Rosette's apathy.
Have they got the words second phase of the World Cup in the Scottish dictionary? Or not?
Yes.
A mythical place. Rory.
The latest edition of the New Oxford Dictionary includes the word love rat in honour of Will Carling.
So, the recently published edition of the New Oxford Dictionary has in it one of the following sports-related terms: lunchbox, henmania, or love rat. David's team.
Well, I think if it was my lunchbox, he wouldn't be able to run. But, Gary, was your nickname Matchbox?
Yeah, 'cause it's all rough on one side. I don't know what I haven't.
He's got 56 of them and they've all got a blue head.
What about love rat? What do you think of that one?
Yes, please, Greg. Can I be your ball girl?
You can be my ball girl anytime, Jeff.
I mean, I can't run, but I am the shape of a ball, so...
Let's go for the packet.
The packet. All right. Yeah, let's go
So,
for the
what, you think
packet.
Fred was telling the truth? So let's see if you're right.
Oh, it's all...
Yes. Yes, Fred spoke the truth. Lunchbox is indeed included in the latest edition of the New Oxford Dictionary. It was invented by the Sun with reference to Linford Christie and is defined as a well-known euphemism for male genitals. Linford's had several children by 3 different mothers. In fact, he holds the father's race record at no fewer than 27 inner London schools. Linford's favourite fitness training routine is to train with a 50-pound tyre tied round his waist. He got the idea from Rory McGrath. Gary's team, another great sporting hero for you, Alloa Athletics' Willie Irvine. Now, we wanted to show you some footage of Alloa in action, but the Scottish Football Association was so afraid we'd take the piss, they decided to charge double the going rate, which is a shame, really, because that's meant we're forced to show you this free footage instead.
Wait for the shot. Well, 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 it can't get any worse, surely. Muller has the easiest tap-in of the World Cup.
It's a fine ball by Dunga. Good block. Oh! It's cruel. It's so cruel.
You see, we didn't take the piss out of Scottish football, we just let it speak for itself.
Those were some of our better games.
They were, actually. High spots. Now, Alloa's Willie Irvine had to miss the big game against mighty East Stirling last season for a strange reason. David's team, what was that reason?
Willie Irvine missed the home game against East Stirling because he was being held hostage by a gang of East Stirling fans.
Willie Irvine missed the home game against East Stirling because he's being held hostage by rebels during a scouting trip.
Joe.
Willie Irvine missed the home game against East Stirling because he was being held hostage inside the prison by a gang of murderers.
So, was Willie Irvine being held hostage by a group of murderers, rebels, or most frightening of all, a bunch of East Stirling supporters? Gary's team.
There can't be enough East Stirling fans to make a gang.
That's right, they wouldn't have been able to send a ransom note either, because none of them could spell ransom. Was that scouting as in looking for football talent, or as in Baden-Powell?
I only read the card, Fred.
Right, but you do have a khaki shirt
I can't give any more
on.
information away.
No, that's khaki. No, that's khaki. Yeah, you're right. My mistake. No ideas?
Prison one.
Prison, oh yeah.
Is he a...
I don't know whether it's true, but at least he could have got the Arsenal players' autographs.
You're going to go for the prison one?
Where do they play, the Alloa? They're one of the first things.
No, there's Fir Hill, which is Partick Thistle, Fir Park,
Your card, right?
which is Motherwell, and
What's the other?
East Stirling's ground is Fir... Where's the seats? I'm going to guess
You must know the answer.
he works in a prison and he was held by murderers.
So you think that Joe was telling the truth? Let's see if you're right. So Joe was right. While Alloa Athletic were being humiliated by East Stirling, Willie was receiving similar treatment at the hands of a group of murdering inmates as part of his job as prison warder at Glen Oakle Prison. When Willie Irvin was in the prison, they took the precaution of removing his bootlaces in case he did something stupid, like attempting to play for Alloa again. So at the end of that round, Gary's team have 3 points and David's team have 6. In this round, we delve into the seedy world of sporting autobiography and discover why some of our national heroes become great sportsmen and not writers. Gary's team, whose moving story is this?
When I opened the boot of my car, the idea struck me, the shotgun. I took it from its sleeve, and as the players looked out from the coach, I saw their expressions change, and everything went deadly silent. As I went inside, Howard looked up and I put the barrels of the 12-bore right up to his nose with my finger on the trigger and said, "Now, are you going to bloody play me at Luton?"
So whose delicate prose was that, Gary's team?
One of David's gamekeepers.
You've not really narrowed it down, have you? That's the fact.
Someone dangerous with a gun. Sue Barker?
Is she?
She is when she sees you, I tell you, after what you said.
Shotgun. Howard must be Howard Wilkinson of Leeds. Shotgun must be Vincent Jones, Esquire.
It's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah, I'll give you 3 points for that. Absolutely right. Okay. That was from Vinnie Jones' autobiography, wittily entitled Vinnie, the autobiography. Vinnie Jones holds the record for the fastest ever booking when he clattered into Peter Reid after just 5 seconds. The decision was a bit unfair, though. It was actually a late challenge left over from the previous match. Vinnie claims that contrary to his hard man image, he likes nothing better than to relax in the great outdoors, engaging in his favourite country pursuits, shooting, fishing and gassing badgers. David's team, whose words of wisdom are these?
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw this great big pepperami sausage coming out of the bushes and across the pitch with a ball under his arm. He interrupted me in mid-sentence and said something like, "Any chance of a game?" When our security man caught up with Mr. Pepperami, he yelled, "Get your bloody head off. I'm not standing here talking to a sausage."
So, David's team, who wrote that?
It sounds perfect to me. It sounds like a shag and a snack rolled into one.
It's like a sort of poor man's cotechino, isn't it?
What's a cotechino?
It's a very big peasant sausage. It costs about sort of £30 a go in London.
Okay.
What, you can't actually swallow it? You don't have to go on.
Pepperami, it sounds like Italian.
That's your English accent again, eh?
That's my English accent again coming out. But no, doesn't he play for Chelsea? Pepperami. What do you think, David?
I don't.
He has other people do his thinking for him.
Yes, thank you. This big pepperami sausage coming out the bushes, or even bushes.
You're not going to drink again, are you?
Was this Ron Davis's first unsuccessful attempt to explain his story to the police?
What, just 5 short months before the incident happened?
Did you put a time on this? When was this? Sorry, do we know when this was?
Hold on.
You didn't put a time on
All
it.
right, then. Let me check.
You're clever, don't you? We've got a word in this man.
You're absolutely right, I do beg your pardon.
You should have shown this aggression when you batted.
Yeah. I wish he had the timing from when he batted when he was doing this.
I know it is.
Oh.
It's not a gag. It's Glenn Hoddle.
He's right. Has 3 points. Yes, indeed. That was, in fact... all along. That was, in fact, a controversial training ground incident from Glenn Hoddle's World Cup diary. And there it is. So, an England training session was invaded by a bloke in a giant sausage costume. The things Chris Sutton will do to be part of the England setup. Steve McManaman recently claimed he'd been misquoted by a newspaper which reported him saying, "Playing for Glenn Hoddle's England is like playing for a cult." I can't imagine what his real words were. And so, at the end of that round, Gary's team have 6 points and David's team have 9. It's time now for Field the Sportsman. We deprive our regulars of their eyesight, stick a sportsman in front of them and ask them to tell us who it is. Gary and Rory, it's you first. If you'd like to take your positions. And can we have our first mystery guest, please? Okay. What's that? Never you mind. Oh, no. Are you ready, mystery guest? Yeah, good. Right, your 90 seconds start now.
Oh, at all. Oh, Limpard's been on a diet.
Oh no, here we go. Oh. Something cold and slimy.
Oh,
Jeffrey Archer.
I can smell... Oh, hang on. Oh, rubber trousers. Rubber trousers and the smell of fish. Must go to the cash point later. These great rubber trousers that go so far up. A fisherman. What's that?
Of sorts.
Bob Nudd? No.
No.
Name some fishermen.
He has a wealth of sporting
It's another sport. Famous fisherman.
David Seaman?
Jack Charlton.
Jack Charlton!
Thank you.
David! Flying fish!
Well done.
You pass me a tissue, please?
Yeah.
Thanks.
David and Joe, if you'd like to take your positions.
Memory thing.
Blindfolds on. David?
It's coming.
And can we have our second mystery guest, please? Okay, your 90 seconds start now.
Is it Bobby Charlton? I thought they might travel around together.
Just trying to say hello. Yes, how do you do? And that sort of stuff.
Oh, you're so polite, Dave.
Leave it! Leave it! Leave it! We've all had a drink. Come on.
Is it my leg?
It's ridiculous, that. How much we do know. Does it speak? Does it play football? Has it been near Glen Hoddle?
Maybe.
Oh, is it
Mr. Kotakino, whatever his name is.
Mr. Pepperami? Is it Mr. Pepperami?
Yeah! Good at that. One-foot pony. So at the end of that round, Gary's team have 9 points and David's team have 12. We finish off with our Croat-blaming, Pepperami-feeling name game, and this week there's a difference. We're going to do an absolutely normal name game with no twists or gimmicks. David's team goes first, so could you pass those to Joe, please, Greg? Thank you. And your time starts now.
Canadian sprinter, drugs.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah, English goalie, looks like a 70s porn star. Name like a 70s porn star. England cricketer, fast bowler, Stuarts and Kings and Queens of England. Henry...
Oh, Alex Tudor?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Henry Alex Tudor.
He's just left Manchester United and become the new Blackburn manager.
Brian Kidd.
Brian Kidd, yes. This is a cricket umpire. Where You Cook is his surname.
Murph Kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, blimey. British tennis champion. First name
Fred
as
Perry?
in... No. As in DeVito, his first name.
Danny...
Sapsford.
Yeah, oh, well done. This is
Have you met him?
I have.
Oh, hold on, yeah.
Oh, I have a chat,
sorry.
why don't you? This is a Czech tennis player, and it's what you do to a bloke's knob. You don't blow it, you...
Sir?
Yeah.
Cyril Suk.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, Suk, sorry. This is a cricketer, surname as in a big thing that you eat, and it's bloody lovely, and it's got chocolate on it and candles in it for a birthday.
Cake.
Yeah, that's... And Grant, the astrologer, big fat
Russell
astrologer.
Cake, that's
Yeah,
it,
Russell
yeah.
Cake.
Yeah.
What a stupid name.
Well done. You moved on to 20, which means Gary's team needs 12 to win. 12 to win, 11 to draw level. Rory, your time starts now.
Surname is something we can't mention. First name, Scottish name.
Hill.
Tottenham, one of the Tottenham goalkeepers.
Ian.
Correct.
What?
Yeah, but his first name is a very common English name. It's American for toilet. You'll know this, Greg.
John.
John.
John, yeah.
John.
Greg said Carsey. Carsey. Second name, an unmentionable snack based on a potato. First name, something you do to a man's knob.
What you do?
Is it in a jar of beetroot?
Jack.
This is, first name is something minty that you suck.
Murray.
Yeah! First name is the past preterite of the verb to dig.
Doug what?
Yeah!
Past what?
Yeah, preterite. I'll tell you later. First name is the plural of raincoat.
Mac.
Max! Max! Okay, very good. You'll never beat...
Des.
I was going to say a man's knob. Anyway, Des Walker, yes. First name, Jamie Redknapp's girlfriend, wife.
Louise.
Louise, and the middle name is MP, disgraced MP, Jonathan...
Aitken. Louise Aitken.
This is the North American Aboriginal Arapaho word for a crisp.
A valiant effort. So Gary's team have 17, but this week's winners are David's team with 20. So it's thanks to David, Joe and Greg, Gary, Rory and Fred. We're all off to stop Joe eating Mr. Pepperami. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.